They said I was too boring to ever be party material, so I planned the celebration of a lifetime without them. And everyone realized who the real star was that night. For as long as I can remember, I was labeled the quiet one, the reserved one, the introvert who never quite fit the mold my family expected. They loved laughter that echoed across rooms, loud music that shook the walls, and Instagram-worthy nights that were more about appearances than genuine connection. I, on the other hand, preferred silence, the comfort of a book, and conversations that actually meant something. But in their eyes, that made me boring, unworthy of attention, and certainly unworthy of celebration. My cousin Jasmine, with her flashy dresses and over-the-top personality, loved being the center of every gathering. My sister Chloe, always by her side, laughed the loudest at jokes made at my expense. And somehow, year after year, the joke became a tradition. Emily's just not party material. The phrase started innocently enough, or at least that's how they pretended it was. I still remember my 18th birthday. It should have been a night of joy, a celebration of stepping into adulthood. Instead, it turned into a moment that stuck with me for years. When I politely declined a drink, Jasmine leaned over to Chloe and whispered loud enough for everyone to hear, "See, she's no fun. Not party material at all." The room erupted in laughter while I sat frozen, a forced smile on my face, pretending it didn't sting. From that night on, the phrase became their favorite weapon. At Christmas, when I left early to study for finals, I heard Chloe say, "Typical Emily. Can't even stay for one night. She's just not party material." Every family gathering, every reunion, every celebration, the joke returned like a broken record that wouldn't stop playing. As the years passed, their words turned into actions. I wasn't just teased anymore, I was excluded. Last year, they threw a massive celebration for Chloe's promotion. A private DJ lit up a rooftop bar, a designer cake was cut, and the entire family danced the night away. I only found out through Instagram stories. Watching the videos, I felt my stomach sink. Chloe's laugh echoed through the screen. Jasmine posed for selfies in a sequin dress, and the family gathered around, raising glasses, cheering. My phone never buzzed with an invitation. When I confronted my mother, hoping she'd acknowledge the hurt, she brushed it off casually. "Honey, they knew you wouldn't enjoy it." As if my feelings didn't matter. As if enjoying myself was something I wasn't capable of. Later that week, Jasmine texted me directly. "Come on, Em. You're just not party material." There it was again, the same phrase that followed me like a shadow I couldn't escape. This year, everything changed. I was promoted to senior project manager at my firm, a role I worked tirelessly for. Late nights, endless deadlines, sacrifices most of my family never even noticed. When the news broke, I felt a spark of pride. I thought maybe, just maybe, they would celebrate me for once. I shared the update in our family group chat, my fingers shaking with hope as I hit send. The replies came slowly. A few thumbs-up emojis. A gif sent by Jasmine of someone falling asleep. No words of congratulations. No phone call. Not even a simple "well done." Just dismissal. My achievement, something I had worked years toward, was reduced to a joke once again. That was the moment I decided I would no longer wait for their applause. I would celebrate myself. With determination burning in my chest, I booked my dream venue, a gorgeous rooftop overlooking the city, styled in Art Deco elegance that I had admired for years, but never had the courage to splurge on. I hired a live jazz trio whose music drifted smoothly through the night air. I worked with a chef to create a fusion menu of dishes that reflected my taste, my personality, my story. I carefully crafted a guest list. My friends who had always cheered for me, my mentors who had guided me, colleagues who respected me, and a few cousins who had always been kind. But this time, I left out the usual names.
No Yasmin. No Chloe.
No aunties who had laughed behind my back. Not even my parents. This wasn't their celebration to ruin. It was mine. The night of the party arrived, and as the city lights sparkled below, I felt a sense of belonging I hadn't experienced in years. The rooftop was strung with lights that cast a warm glow over the guests. The music of the jazz trio floated effortlessly through the air. The champagne was chilled, the cocktails were vibrant, and the food was perfect. As people gathered around me, laughing and smiling, my phone buzzed relentlessly with messages from my family. Jasmine sent a rant, accusing me of betrayal.
Wow.
Excluding family? You've changed. Chloe's text was sharp. How dare you invite outsiders and not blood? My mother tried her usual guilt. You should have told us. Your father's disappointed. But their words no longer held power over me. I slipped my phone away and smiled at the guests who were actually there to celebrate. When the time came for speeches, my mentor Lauren, a woman I deeply admired, stood up with a glass raised high. She looked at me with genuine pride and said, "Emily, you've built your career with grit, grace, and brilliance. Tonight isn't just a party, it's recognition of what you've achieved. You deserve every bit of this." Her words broke something open inside me. For the first time in years, someone acknowledged my efforts without dismissing them. Tears pricked my eyes as the crowd cheered, glasses clinked, and cameras flashed. Around me, friends and colleagues celebrated loudly, their voices rising in a chorus of support I had never known at home. But my family couldn't stand it. Jasmine posted a Facebook rant that night claiming, "Some people throw flashy parties to cover up the fact they're alone. Family will always outlast fake applause." Within minutes, people commented.
Colleagues defended me.
Friends called out her pettiness. Even cousins spoke up, revealing how I had helped Jasmine in the past when she was struggling. The post was deleted quickly, but screenshots had already spread. Instead of tarnishing my reputation, she exposed herself for who she truly was. That night, I danced under the stars. I laughed until my cheeks hurt. I took pictures that showed me surrounded by people who valued me. By midnight, Instagram was flooded with photos of me smiling in a shimmering dress, champagne in hand, radiating joy. The comments from friends overflowed with love. The comments from family overflowed with fury. At 1 a.m., my father texted me, "This is a disgrace. We're embarrassed. Call me." I didn't. For the first time, I didn't feel guilty. Instead, I felt free. The following morning, my phone was overwhelmed with notifications. Friends continued to congratulate me, but buried among the messages were more angry texts from family. Chloe wrote in the family group chat, "Everyone saw your photos. You humiliated us. Do you know how awkward it was to explain why we weren't there?" My mother added, "You embarrassed your father. He had to explain to people that his own daughter didn't invite him. Do you realize how that makes us look?" I nearly laughed at the irony. For years, they excluded me without a thought. And now they were concerned about appearances. Jasmine escalated further, posting on Instagram, "Imagine throwing a party without family. Sad when you have to by your cheerleaders." But the comments turned against her quickly. Cousins jumped in, reminding her of how I had once helped pay her rent. The truth was out, and people were no longer blind to her hypocrisy. As the weeks passed, their anger turned into desperation. Chloe called me in tears, claiming she felt embarrassed at work when people asked why she wasn't at my party. My mother doubled down, calling me selfish. My father tried a different tactic, leaving voicemails saying, "We are your family. If you don't fix this, you'll regret it. You cannot cut us off." But the thing is, I already had. And for the first time, I was happier, healthier, and freer. The breaking point came at my company's networking gala. Dressed in an elegant gown, I was speaking with the director when I saw them march in, Jasmine, Chloe, and my parents, looking out of place among professionals. They cornered me at the champagne table. My mother hissed, "How dare you humiliate us in front of everyone?" Chloe glared, "These people aren't family. We're blood. We're stuck with you." Jasmine smirked and said loudly, "Poor Emily, throwing parties and pretending strangers care. You'll always be the boring one." Something in me snapped. I raised my voice just enough for executives nearby to hear. "You're right, Jasmine. I was always the boring one. Boring enough to stay in school. Boring enough to build a career. Boring enough to pay my own bills, sometimes even yours. You called me not party material, but boring got me here. Boring got me respected. Boring got me people who actually value me. Silence fell over the room. My mentors smiled proudly. Jasmine's face flushed red. Chloe tried to argue, but before she could, security approached and escorted them out. The door shut behind them, and with it, years of pain began to close too. That night, colleagues told me, "If that's your family, no wonder you're so strong." The next morning, my phone exploded with rage texts, but I blocked every number. For once, the silence was mine to choose. And in that silence, I realized the truth. I was never not party material. I had simply been surrounded by the wrong crowd. In the months that followed, I flourished. Jasmine tried hosting her own rooftop party, but half the guests left early. Chloe nursed her wounded pride. My parents pretended nothing happened, though the family chat fell quiet without me. Meanwhile, I earned another promotion. This time, no snide comments, no guilt trips, only real applause from people who wanted to celebrate me. And that's when it hit me. Family isn't defined by blood. Family is defined by the people who raise a glass when you win. I was never not party material. I just stopped showing up to the wrong parties. Like and subscribe for more stories.